Hey guys, this is Nathan and welcome back to FTB Inventions. Well, I got all of the thermal expansion machines and upgraded to the reinforced versions, and I have put both augments in all of them. Well, we have a bit of a problem now. We are actually not producing enough power at this point. We are maxing out our turbine. So it is time for us to make a couple more turbines. So we need 2 recipes of this for each one, and I'm going to make 3 of them. So then we'll take this one steel ingot that's left and wrap it with the blades. There we go, there's our turbine. And then we need to make this, and what are we missing there? The iron frames, and we don't have iron on us. Now we do. And we needed 4 for each. Whatever. We'll need them later. And there we go, 3 more of these guys. So this will greatly increase our power capacity. Now also I have upgraded this to the super laminar fluid duct. Now this thing was not too bad for a recipe. It's just 4 bronze ingots, 4 hardened glass, and our hardened fluid duct. Well, this thing has limitless transfer rate when pressurized. Now I am assuming that includes with a servo. Now I've upgraded all of my servos to signalum servos, and that is giving us a much better transfer rate. Also, I have put in this reinforced cache here, and we can remove this. But I've put this in as a buffer for the charcoal. Now this thing can hold up to 160,000 charcoal. And with our furnace running at, extra speed, we're producing a lot more charcoal with just this one furnace than we're using. So we're completely full now. We have charcoal building up, but we need to get these turbines down to increase our production. So we're going to drop these here and then take a look at our controller. Well, we are now capable of producing 1,000 RF a tick, and we have 900 some being produced. As our RPM is slowly ramping up, we'll be producing 1,000 here in a little bit. So we're actually producing power faster than we can pull it out with these flux ducts now. That actually is a good thing. So one thing that I am going to do here, I'm going to set the top of that to input. We're going to grab a couple more hardened flux ducts. And for now, we're just going to place these on top of here. We will have to upgrade our flux ducts here very soon. So now we should be able to, we're taking the power out faster than we're producing it now. That's good. Now we are going to want to upgrade these hardened energy cell. Well, we can't upgrade these. That's right. Our next step is the redstone versions. Now, we can make those now that we have our magma crucible and fluid transposer, so I might do that here in a little bit. But, that made a big difference. Now we're able to produce the 1,000 RF a tick. We are using a fair amount when we need to. But this guy by itself takes 160 RF a tick, so, we're producing quite a bit, or taking quite a bit of power there. Now I've also upgraded a couple of things down here. We have a reinforced cache down here, and we are slowly getting wood faster than we are using it because I have the entire farm set to oak trees now. Now I have upgraded this servos here to the signalum as well, and I put the apple cache, reinforced cache here. And so we are pulling apples out of this chest straight into there. The rest of it goes to the various locations that it's supposed to go to. And I might as well just grab these. There's no point really in having them sitting around here to cause problems later on. So we'll just drop these into the appropriate barrels. Later on we'll probably be adding these back in, but at the moment I want to get a huge reserve of wood and charcoal, so we're going to leave that alone for now. But so everything seems to be working really good here now. So I know I said I wanted to get into the applied energistics stuff now and get some stuff set up here, but now that we have this working, everything seems to be functioning well. I'm going to leave that alone, and I think we are going to instead start looking at some of our Tech Reborn stuff. So I'm going to do a little bit of checking on what we need to do in Tech Reborn, and I will be back in a little bit. So before we really get going into the Tech Reborn stuff, we're going to have to get a little bit of our regular Industrial Craft 2 machines going. So the first thing that I want to build is the metal former. And, okay, there it is. So the metal former is fairly simple. It takes 3 coils, a basic machine casing, an electronic circuit, and a couple of toolboxes. So the coils are iron or with copper cables around them, so as usual, this IC2-shaped crafting is not working. I don't know why. And it looks like I'm a little short on redstone, so I'm going to grab a little bit more of that, and still not enough. So then we need the basic machine casing, so we'll go ahead and make that. We need the electronic circuit, which is just some insulated copper wire, iron plate, redstone, and again, not working. So I did have enough redstone, but yeah, whatever. So now we've got that. We also need these toolboxes. Well, the toolboxes takes bronze item casings and a chest. Well, bronze item casings are a bronze plate with the forge hammer, and then the bronze plate is a bronze ingot with the forge hammer. So yeah, we made bronze here the other day, so that's all working real good. So I've got my 10 bronze item casings, 2 chests, there's our toolboxes. So we can make this thing, and there we go, metal former. So now my bat box here only puts out 32 EU a tick. Well, these tin cables are capable of handling 32 EU a tick, so we're just going to go ahead and use this to transmit our power at the moment, and I think we're actually going to go down with this so that we can hop over it for now. Later on we will bury this cable underneath, just like I've got on the thermal expansion machines over here, with the power cable being under the ground. So if I can, can't get out of here that way. Got to come over here. I forget that. It's too crowded under there. So now we have power to the macerator. If we chuck down this metal former here somewhere, now that's getting power. Now we need the metal former to be able to make those iron plates and, you know, cables and all of that stuff. And it does it a lot more efficiently than using the forge hammer and the cutter. So if we are to grab, say, a half a stack of copper ingots and drop this in here in rolling mode, that will make us the copper plates. Well, I think it makes 2 at a time instead of 1 at a time, but I know that making the cables in extruding mode, yeah, it does only make 1 at a time, but making the cables in it's either extruding mode or I don't remember. Well, here, we'll let this go, but it's supposed to make 3 of those. So we'll just check this out here in just a second. So in cutting mode, maybe. Apparently that doesn't work. It must be extruding mode. Yeah, so we could put the copper plates back in there for cutting mode, I think. But let's just see. So yeah, that does make 3, so that is a 50% increase over using the forge hammer and the cutter. So yeah, that's going to be good. I thought that we got more plates in the rolling mode, but I guess not. But at least we can drop these in here, and then we don't have to worry about it. We can just let that do its thing. When we need them, we have them. So now, the next thing that we're going to be looking at, we're going to be looking at some of the Tech Reborn stuff. I guess there's no space there. So to get going into Tech Reborn, first thing we're going to need to do is start making these standard machine casings and reinforced machine casings. So standard machine casings take iron plates, basic machine casings, and electronic circuits. We've already seen this one. So there's more than one way to make these? Well, whatever. So yeah, I'm going to have to make up a whole bunch of that stuff because in order for these to work, we lay down a 3x3 of standard machine casings, then a 3x3 hollow of the reinforced machine casings, and then another 3x3 of the standard machine casings, and that acts as a multi-block structure that we can put the other Tech Reborn machines up against, like for instance the industrial grinder right here. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to roll out a whole bunch of materials here, let this thing do its job. I'll probably use up my forge hammer and cutter just so that we can have them gone, but I'll get a whole bunch of materials ready and I will be back and we'll make ourselves our first multi-block structure for Tech Reborn. So next up, this thing is going really slow. So I'm going to try to make some of these overclocker upgrades, and to do that we need the bottling plant. So the bottling plant takes these empty cells, basic machine casing, and electronic circuit. So I'm making up these empty cells right now, which is just taking a tin plate in extruding mode through the metal former. So we're getting those. I'm just going to make up a bunch of these because we're going to need them later anyway. So now we can place, or yeah, I guess we got to make it first. So we'll make up this bottling plant, and then we're going to place this down over here next to this over here. So, or is this the wrong machine? Oh boy. Let's see here. Let's look at industrial craft. So industrial craft, we have... No, it's the canning machine that I need. Darn it. Okay, so we've got to change a few things here. So let's change this to rolling mode. We need to make up some item casings. So we're not going to have enough of those left anymore, even though the canning machine is going to be important. Let's see here. Where did that thing go? There it is. So we need 7 tin item casings, a basic machine casing, and an electronic circuit. So let's go ahead and drop a couple more of those in there. That shouldn't take too much. This thing, I'm not sure what we're going to do with it now. Oh well, whatever. I guess we can always use it to, well, maybe we can just click these on a water source. Ooh, we don't want to do that. So we want to take these guys out of here. And then we will place this here and here. That will take all of our water and make it into sources. So now we can click these full. And when we get done filling these up, we should have everything that we need for the other. For the... Whoa, what that? No! Stop it! Stop it! Darn it. Now what do we do? That's a good question. Let's see here. We can place these down. What the? Well, that doesn't work. Yeah, I'll figure that out and I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, so we have our fluid solid canning machine, and if I remember correctly how to do this, we need to pulverize some lapis first, or macerate it, and then we'll put the resulting dust into the fluid solid canner, and that will enrich our water cells to make the coolant. So I think this is how this works. So I've got this on fluid enrich. No? this was how we did this. Well, I had figured this out once on Infinity Evolved, so I think I'll have to go back and check that real quick. So, oddly enough, the solution was very simple. We need at least 8 of these lapis lazuli dust to make one of the coolant cells, or whatever, yeah, coolant cells. But it looks kind of like we need to put this into the tank first. So we'll run a bucket of water into the tank. And unfortunately, I know that if we put these in there, it will not do us any good. So I'm going to have to make up a few more of these, coolant cells. So what were we going to get here? It was trying to extrude the tin ingot. Oh, well, that makes tin cable. That makes sense. So we'll go ahead and get a little bit of these. Oh, well, we can make them straight from the tin plates. No? Oh, I see what's going on there. Okay, so if we place... No? Enrich. Okay, so now it is making the coolant stuff. Now, we are going to need quite a bit more of this lapis dust. So there's our coolant cell. We're going to need more water here too, so we'll go ahead. It's kind of odd that this doesn't work. So we're going to have to drain these cells into the system. That kind of sucks. So now to turn these into the 10K coolant cells, which is what we need for our overclockers, we just need some tin plates. So let's grab the remainder of those tin plates out of there. And we'll drop some steel in. We can't put steel in there? Uh-oh. We need to turn that into enriched iron in order... Enriched iron? I think so. But so to make this into the 10K, we need the tin plates. So we've got one of those. We'll need 3 of them to get to the full overclocker. So I'm going to get that made up, and I'll be back in a little bit. Well, we have enough to make our standard item, or machine casings. So these take iron plates, top and bottom, basic machine casing in the middle, electronic circuits on each side. There we go, 20 of those. So now we need to make some of the reinforced machine casings. Well, these take advanced circuits, steel plates, and an advanced machine casing. Now I have the reinforced or refined iron plates. I figured out what I was doing wrong here on the metal former. I had this on, I believe it was extruding mode, which steel does not work on that. If you put it on rolling mode, then it works just fine. So we need to get a whole bunch of new stuff here. So we need the advanced alloys. This takes a compressor with a mixed metal ingot. The mixed metal ingot is iron plates, bronze plates, and tin plates together. So we're going to make that up first. So we need iron plates, bronze plates, and tin plates. There we go, mixed metal ingots. Now I already made up a compressor. The compressor is not real bad. And also you may notice I have upgraded my wire here to copper wire, because with the overclocker upgrades we were not keeping up with our power transfer. So we have a lot of upgrades here. We have 4 of them in the macerator, 5 in the metal former, and 1 over here in the compressor. So now we need the compressor to make these into the whatever. I can't even think of what it is now. But we're going to grab a few of these overclockers here. So the advanced alloy plates, and you can see the overclockers make a huge difference, but we're also consuming huge amounts of power. So there is our advanced alloys, but now we need some of these carbon plates. Well, these come from raw carbon mesh in the compressor. That is raw carbon fiber compressed or crafted together. That is coal dust crafted together. So we have the coal dust. We're going to make up a whole bunch of this carbon fiber. Okay, so there's 38 of the raw carbon fiber. That will make 19 of the raw carbon mesh. We're going to drop this into the compressor, and it will make our carbon plates. So I believe we need 4 of those. So there's 4 of those. Then we need some of our refined iron plates. And we will come in here and make our advanced machine casing. So we should have everything. Okay, well, we have everything, but for some reason... Or wait, do we? No, we need a basic machine casing first. So we need 2 of those. And then we'll need our advanced alloys, carbon fiber, and refined iron plates. There we go, 2 advanced machine casings. So now we have that. Next up, we need these advanced circuits. So the advanced circuits are electronic circuits with some glowstone and redstone and lapis. So let's go ahead and make these up. Pretty simple recipe after we have everything else. And of course, this doesn't work with shift clicking. So we'll go ahead and make up a couple of those. Clear out the crafting grid. And now we should be able to make these guys. Only one? Oh, I see. We didn't have enough lapis on us. So let's grab some more lapis. And we'll make up another set of these. Alright, so this should do it. There we go. So now we have 20 of the standard machine casings and 8 of the reinforced ones. So now we are going to place this right in the center of the room. So we place out a 3x3 of the standard machine casings, 3x3 hollow of the advanced machine casings, 3x3 of the standard machine casings, and that makes our multi-block. Now we need something to use that multi-block, and we are going to be making the industrial grinder. Now this thing is going to take quite a bit of crafting still again, so we need another advanced machine casing, 3 of the advanced circuits. We need some grinding heads. We need 3 of these diamond grinding heads, which take diamond dust and steel to make 4 of them, so one recipe here will make enough for this industrial grinder. And the diamond dust is very simply just a diamond in the macerator. So we have plenty of diamonds for that. After that, we need the industrial electrolyzer and the pump. Now the pump is not bad at all. We need some empty cells, a basic machine casing, tree tap, and mining pipe. Very simple stuff there. But the industrial electrolyzer is going to take a little bit. So we need advanced circuits, extractor, electrolyzer, magnetizer, the magnetizer, iron fence, machine casing, and redstone. The iron fence is iron item casings in the metal former and extrude mode. So electrolyzer, not too bad. Extractor, once again, not too bad. So I am going to get a whole bunch of stuff together here, and I will be back when we're ready to craft up this industrial grinder. Alright, so I hope I have everything here that I need to make this industrial grinder. So we have a fair amount of stuff in our inventory. We're going to just start going through this. I laid it all out, so hopefully I've got it right. So first off, we have the advanced circuits, and we need 5 of these total. And I guess I need to be in the crafting bench. So, really? Okay, well, we'll just lay this out manually, and I think I've got those backwards, don't I? Yes, I do. There we go. So 5 advanced circuits. And then we need an advanced machine casing. So that will take care of that. Now we need a pump. Okay, so once again, pretty simple recipes on some of this stuff. So now we need our diamond grinding heads, which So we've got 4 of those. And now for the big one, the industrial electrolyzer. So first off, we have the extractor, super tree tap. Alright, then we have the electrolyzer. After that comes the magnetizer. Ow, why you gotta be that way? Alright, well, we're getting close. And now we will make our industrial electrolyzer. Not much stuff left anymore. So finally we should be able to make this, and there we go. There is the industrial grinder. So now what we do with this, we set it next to here, and it should, everything looks like it should be good. So now we just need to supply this with some power. So we're just going to dig underneath here and put our power cables underneath the ground. Yeah, this ought to work. So we're just going to run some power cables under here. Guess I'll get myself out of this hole. So let's move this guy again. We'll just place it there. Now we should be able to come up here, and just enough cables. Okay. So let's go ahead and throw a little of this dirt back in here so that we don't fall in. And we're not showing any power. Max input 32 EU. Well, we shouldn't have any issues with that. Well, let's go ahead, and I know we need to put in some water. So we'll go ahead and grab a little bit of water here, put that in there. And now we need some of this Tech Reborn bauxite ore. And this is what we are making this for. So we have power, we have water, we have our bauxite ore, and there it goes. So this is what we're trying to get, our small piles of titanium dust. Now if we combine these together, we get a regular titanium dust, and we can use the arc furnace or the blast furnace to turn this into our titanium ingots. So now the blast furnace is going to take another one of these multi-block structures, but in order to get it hot enough to melt the titanium, we're going to have to go one set of standard machine casings higher, I believe. So I am going to go ahead and I'll set up some fluid ducts to go from our aqueous accumulator over here to the industrial grinder, and grind up all of that bauxite, get as much of this titanium as I can, and then I will see if we can get another one of these multi-blocks made up for the blast furnace. So I will be back in a little bit. So we are getting tons of the titanium dust. I've already made 21 or 31 of the regular titanium dust. We're getting it at a quite a rapid rate here. So everything is working just absolutely wonderful on this. We do need a lot more machines before we can continue on to turn this stuff into ingots, though. So the next thing that we are going to need is the rolling machine from Tech Reborn. This takes 2 compressors, a basic machine casing, some advanced circuits, and sticky pistons or regular pistons. Not an overly exceptional recipe, but the reason for that, if we look up the industrial blast furnace, right here, we need these cupronickel heating coils, as well as some induction furnaces, advanced machine casings, and advanced circuits to make this guy. And these are made with cupronickel or Constantin ingots in this shaped rolling machine, and it makes this heating coil. And we need quite a few of these because we need 4 of the heating coils, so that equates to half a stack of these ingots before we can continue on with that. So basically, I have quite a bit more crafting to do before we can turn these titanium dust into ingots. So I think that's going to have to be something we're going to have to do on another day, because we are just about out of time here today. So I just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to give a thumbs up and let me know. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. If you have any thoughts or comments or tips that you might have for what's going on here in this mod pack, let me know, and I will see you next time. Bye!